Welcome to another episode of the Cat Breeding for Beginners podcast. I'm Pamela and I breed British Shorthairs in Perth, Western Australia. I have a real passion for cat breeding and exhibiting, and I want to share my knowledge and experience with you. I'm on a mission to help new cat breeders go from feeling intimidated, confused and having trouble getting started to confidently breeding happy and healthy cats whilst enjoying this amazing hobby. Before we get started, make sure you visit my website and download your copy of my helpful guide, Advice to New Breeders, where experienced breeders share some great tips they wish someone told them when they started breeding. You can find the link on my homepage at www.catbreedingforbeginners.com. Just look for the picture of Angelica with her kittens. Let's talk about going to cat shows, because I often hear people say that they're a little bit scared to go to their first show. Or in my new Cat Breeders Club, when our newbies are going to new shows, they're often coming into our Facebook members only group and talking about it and saying, I'm really nervous, I'm really scared, what's going to happen, what's it all about? And I want to tell you, there's not much to be scared about. I think that people build it up in their mind because it is a competitive thing and you're putting your cat in the show and you're asking other people to judge your cat. And you have no idea of how that's going to go because it's not happened before. And I think that's maybe part of where the fear comes from. But there's also a lot of fear built up around how other people are going to react to you when you go to shows as well. And it can be a really scary and daunting thing. And I think that often stops people from going and doing it. Whereas for me, as a cat breeder, and I've been breeding nearly 20 years now, I absolutely love it. I don't do it as much as I used to do just because it is something that takes up a lot of time. But I used to go to shows, most weekends. I loved it because, I don't know, it's just a big part of the hobby for me. And it's not even about going and having my cats, win. It's not about that. It's just going and enjoying the experience of being around people who share the same hobby as me and seeing their beautiful cats. And, as I was a steward, handling them, and now as I'm a judge, handling them as well. So I really do love it, but I can understand that people are scared to go to their first shows. So what happens if you have this fear and it's holding you back? Well, to start with, I want to tell you it's doing exactly that. It's holding you back because you're missing out on this huge part of our hobby that you could be enjoying if you went to a show. But it's not as easy as just saying, go to a show, because it is scary. What I think is a really amazing thing to do is, first of all, watch videos. There's lots of videos on YouTube. I've got videos on my own YouTube channel of going to shows, different show formats, getting prepared for shows. Watch a lot of videos, do some research beforehand, see if you can find some stuff that's relevant to your area. If you live in Canada, have a look and see if you can find any videos of Canadian cat shows. If you live in Australia, look at Australian cat shows. If you show with Tika, look at Tika body cat shows because they might have a different format to if you were going to shows in, say, South Africa. Have a look at what you can find online for videos of shows in your area and your association. And that will give you a little indication of what's going to happen at the show. The other thing to do, and this is the simplest and easiest thing that you can do, is rock up at a cat show and have a look, because the public are almost always welcome. I can't think of anybody that does closed shows anymore, to be honest. The public are welcome. Just rock up there as a member of the public, just pay your entry fee, go in and have a look. Walk around. You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to do anything, but you can walk around and you can see what's happening. You can sit down and watch judging. You can see how people are getting their cats out and what's involved in that. You can have a look at how people put their cats in cages. People don't mind if you take photographs or if you take a video. If you're unsure, just ask first. Never use a flash though, because that will drive people crazy. But yeah, you should be able to take photographs as you walk around. You can save those things for later so that you can have a little bit more confidence in what you're doing when you're getting prepared for a show. And it's a really great idea to find out a little bit more about exactly what you're going to be doing when you enter your cats in that show. And if you are the kind of person that is happy to say hello to people, not everybody is, and that's fine. You can be introverted and still be part of the cat fancy. There's absolutely a place for you. But if you are someone that's maybe a little bit more outgoing and happy to chat to people, find somebody that looks official but doesn't look busy and ask them questions. Talk to other breeders. If you're a bit nervous about talking to people that breed the same cats as you're going to breed or that you are breeding, then find another breed and talk to those people and just ask them questions about shows. For example, if you're someone that's breeding Bengal cats, why not go and ask a ragdoll person, hi, I'm interested, I'm going to be going to shows soon. Can you tell me where you get your cat show curtains? Or can you tell me where you get these pop-up cages from? I really like the number holder you've got for your cat. Where did you get that? You can ask people questions outside of where you're going to be ending up when it comes your turn to actually go to a show, because you're actually going to be maybe next to those people. You kind of want to make a good impression and you kind of want to come in fresh from the show. But you can also go into those groups where you are going to be showing and introduce yourself to the people that have the same breed as you. Why not? Give it a go. If they're negative towards you, they're negative towards you. If they're positive towards you, they're positive towards you. Does the world end either way? No, it doesn't. And that's the thing. We can build up this anxiety about what's going to happen. Everyone's going to hate me. No one's going to like me. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. You can think of every negative thing in the world that's a possibility. You can think they're going to hate my cats. They're going to think my cats are crap. They're going to think that I'm not a good breeder. All of these things will run through your head. And guess what? None of them actually matter. Because even if somebody thinks all of that, who cares? Who cares? The world doesn't end. You go home from the show, you get up the next morning and you go and do what you're going to do that day. It's not the end of the world. It's not in Australia we have an expression, we say it's not sheep stations, which means that you're not dealing, it's like the transaction doesn't involve a massive amount of money and a massive amount of property. It's just you're going to do something that's going to be an enjoyable day. And if it's not enjoyable and you don't like it, then and you don't have to worry about it anymore. But I'm pretty sure you'll like it, because most people do. So I'd really love, if you haven't been to a cat show, you don't have to enter your cats to the first cat show you go to. Why don't you find out where cat shows are on in your area and go to more than one? You can go to a couple. There is no rule that says you can't just hang out at a cat show without cats as many times as you like. And I can think of an example of this. I had a really lovely couple that got a kitten from me. And in the year leading up to getting that kitten from me, they went to every cat show that I went to. They would say hello, they would come, they would say hello, they would look at all the cats, they loved seeing all the cats, and then they would go again. And that was fine. Then when they eventually got their own kitten, they were happy. They got their kitten and they didn't come anymore, which was fine. But people knew them because they'd been coming to all the shows, and they were just a group of people. They were just two people that clearly enjoyed coming to cat shows, and no one had a problem with that. So if you want to go to cat shows without your cats before the show, just go. If there's an entry fee at the door, we do gold coin donations. It's never very much money that you have to pay. Go, pay the money, have a look through, introduce yourself to some people, or not, depending on how you feel, but just get a real good dose of what it's like to be at a cat show. And I'd really love that for you. So if you do that, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe send me a message via my Facebook page, which is Cat Breeding for Beginners on Facebook. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, bye for now. Thanks for listening. Make sure you visit www.catbreedingforbeginners.com, where you can find articles, guides, courses and more. Plus, make sure you check out my amazing New Cat Breeders Club. It's a supportive space where new cat breeders can learn, share and help each other. I only take new members a few times a year, so sign up to make sure you don't miss out.